Hello everyone. In the last class, I have discussed some of the basic operations associated with the matrices and how to represent a state space model using mathematical model and block diagram techniques. Today, I am going to discuss how to select a state variable. Then, I will let you know how to develop a state space model from an electrical circuit. After that, conversion of differential equation to state space model, transfer function to state space model will be discussed. So let us start. First, I will let you know how to select state variables. First is that number of state variables in any circuit is equals to number of storage element. That is, if there are no storage elements in a circuit, we can say that we not able to formulate a state space model. So, number of state variables are always equals to number of energy storage element. Second is always define number of state variables equals to the order of differential equation. If the differential equation is of the order of 3, then we can say that 3 state variables are needed to represent a state space model. And third one is number of state variables can also be defined if we know the number of integrators present in a network. So if there are 3 integrators, we can say 3 state variables are needed to represent a state space variable. We represent integrator in Laplace transform by 1 by s. Now I will discuss how to develop a state space model of a electrical circuit. So I have taken a simple series RLC network. I have named resistance as having R ohms, inductor is having L Henry inductance, and capacitance is having capacitance of C farad. Input of V is applied to the circuit. So how to develop a state space model from this? Now we can see that there are two energy storage elements are available in the circuit. So there will be two state variable. First is the inductor current and second is the capacitor voltage. And we are interested to find out the voltage across the capacitor. So we know Y is equals to Vc here because output equation is Y equals to C into X. We will discuss this also. First, let us assume that the current I is flowing in the circuit. So apply KVL in the whole network. We can say that V equals to voltage developed across resistance, voltage developed across inductors, and voltage developed across capacitor. As voltage developed across resistance is I into R, so I am writing it as IR plus VL is the voltage developed across the inductor. So VL can be defined as L di by dt. So VL को define किया L di by dt से plus VC. VC is the voltage across the capacitor and we know that VC is 1 upon C integral I dt. But here we are interested to develop state space model in the term of IL and Vc. So we are not going to convert Vc into this form, we will take Vc as Vc only. So from this equation we will find that L di by dt is equals to V minus IR minus Vc, and di by dt is equals to V by L minus I R by L minus Vc by L. This is our first state space equation because we are interested to formulate state space model in the terms of state space variable. First is IL. So we are interested to find the first derivative of IL, that is IL dot, that is di by dt, and second we are interested to find out Vc dot. So we know that C dVc by dt is equals to I in the circuit, in the whole circuit, because the current is common in the whole circuit because the elements are connected in series. So we can say that I is equals to IL. We always have to represent the state space variable in the terms of state space variable or input. So what I have done is I have tried to find out the relation between I and IL. So we can say that dVc by dt in this case is IL by C. So now we have two equations and there are only two energy storage elements. So two state variables are enough to represent a state space model. So how we can write this in the form of state space model? As you already know that x dot is equals to ax plus b into u, where u is the input and x is the state variable. Here we have x dot is dl by dt and second state variable is dvc by dt, and x is IL and Vc, and the input we are going to apply to the circuit is V. So we represent it as V. From equation 1 and 2 we write as dIL by dt is equals to minus R by L into IC minus Vc by L. So we can write it as minus 1 by L plus V in by L. So we can write here as 1 by L. In the same way, dCV by dt from the second equation is equals to IL by C. So I am writing here as 1 by C, and because there is no component associated with Vc, so we can write it as 0, and here also we can write it as 0. This is the state equation. Now you know that y is equals to Cx plus du. As you can see that we are interested to find out the capacitor voltage Vc. So we can write as y is equals to 1 0 x, because it is 0 1. We can write it as IL and Vc because it is not dependent on D, so it is 0. So output equation can be written as 0 1 IL and Vc. So you can observe that y is equals to Vc here. In this way we can represent a state space model of an electrical network. Now let me take another example. What I have done is I have taken a current source, represented it by IT, and I am taking three components which are connected in parallel to it. First is capacitor having capacitance of C. Next I have taken a resistance having resistance of R1. Next I am taking a series combination of R and L. So I will represent it as RLN. Now we have to develop the state space model. First of all, we will see number of energy storage elements. So you can see that there are two energy storage elements present in the system. So we are interested to find out IL dot and Vc dot to develop the state space model. As you can see, because of the current source is connected in parallel, we will define current into three parts. First of all, we will define the voltage across the capacitor as Vc and the current flowing through the inductor is IL, because we are interested to know these state variables. So we will define that current is divided into three parts, I1t, I2t, and third one is I3t. So we can write it as IT is equals to, because we are applying KCL at this node. Current entering at a node is equals to current leaving. So IT is equals to I1t plus I2t plus I33t. From the circuit, we can observe that I1t can be written as C dVc by dt. As you know, capacitor current is always equals to C dVc by dt. So I have written it as C dVc by dt. Now we are interested to determine I2t. As you know that all the components are connected in parallel. So the voltage across the capacitor is same as the voltage across resistance. So we can write it as Vc upon R1 here to find the current I2, and for I3 we can represent it as ILT, because IL and I3 are same here. And just remember that we have to write equation in the term of state variables, that is IL and Vc, and input variable, that is I of t. ये हमेशा ध्यान रखना है सबको. So dVc by dt is now equals to minus Vc by R1c minus IL by C and minus I of t by C. This is first derivative of state variable Vc. Now we are interested to find out dIL by dt. From this circuit, we know that voltage across the capacitor is Vc, which is acting parallel to the all elements connected. So the voltage across R and L is also Vc. So we can write as Vc equals to IL into R plus L dIL by dt. From this equation, I can write dIL by dt equals to minus Vc by L minus IL into R by L. So we know the first order differential of both the state variables. So we can write it in the form of state space. So how can I write it? I will take these variables like dIL by dt, and second variable is dVc by dt. This is my x dot. Now x dot is equals to a into x. So my x is IL into Vc plus B is the input matrix and U is IT here. So dIL by dt is equals to minus Vc by L. So we can write minus 1 by L here, and minus IL into R by L. So I am writing minus R by L here, and it is not dependent on IT. So I am writing it as 0 in input matrix. Now from the dvc by dt equation, you can observe that dvc by dt is equals to minus IL by C. So I am writing minus 1 by C here, and another term is minus Vc by R1C. So I am writing minus 1 by R1C here, and it is also dependent upon the input. So it is dependent in 1 by C times of IT. So we can write state space equation of any electrical network in the same way. Now I will discuss how to develop a state space model from differential equation. To develop a state space model from differential equation, let us recall the step which I have informed you in the initial of the class, that number of state variables should always equal to the order of the system. You can see that here the order is 3. So the state variables required to define the state space model is 3. Now how to develop the state space model? First begin with let output y is equals to x1. Always begin with this. So we can say that dy by dt is equals to x1 dot, and we can represent it as x2. In the same way, d2y by dt2 is equals to x2 dot, and we can write it as third variable x3, and x3 dot is equals to d3y by dt, which can be written from this equation as 10u minus 6y minus 4 dy by dt minus 2 d2y by dt, which can be written as 10u minus 6y. Y is we have assumed as x1. So we will replace y with x1 minus 6x1. dy by dt we have taken as x2. So it is equals to minus 4 into x2. d2y by dt2 is equals to x3. So we can write it as x3. So we know the first order differential of every state variables. Now we can develop the state space model easily. So the state space model can be written for this system is, we define three variables as x1 dot, x2 dot and x3 dot. And we have to define the A matrix, which we already know as we have developed the equation. From the equation we observe that x1 dot is equals to x2. So we can write here is 0 1 0 plus b into u. It is not dependent on input, so we have write here 0. In the next state space variable definition, x2 dot is equals to x3. So we can write it as 0 0 1 here, and it is also not dependent on input, so we can write it as 0 in the input matrix. Now x3 dot is equals to 10u minus 6x1 minus 4x2 minus 2x3. So we will define x3 dot by using this equation, which is equals to minus 6x1. So we can write it as minus 6 minus 4x2. So we will write minus 4 here, minus 2x3. So we will write minus 2 here, and this is 10u. So we will write 10 here. And as we already defined y equals to x1, so we can represent y equals to 1 0 0 x1 x2 x3. Now let us define the state variable in a fast manner. So I am taking the differential equation again, which is equals to dy3 d3y by dt3 plus 2 d2y by dt2 plus 4 dy by dt plus 6y equals to 10u. You can observe that if you go in the reverse direction and write these constant in the matrix like this in the reverse direction and with negative sign, you will find the matrices easily. So what you have to do is you just have to put 0 1 0 0 0 1 in the first two rows, and the third row can be formulated by going in the reverse direction of the differential equation and put the negative sign along it. So we will see that 6 here is written as the first element of the third row. So it is minus 6, similarly minus 4, and this is minus 2. And the constant which is associated with the input is written in the third row of the input matrix. So you can observe it as 0 0 10. So without formulating whole system, you can just seeing the differential equation, you can write the state space equation. Now let us take another example for it. Now let us go through this example. In this example, you can observe that order of the system is 4. So 4 state variables are required to define the system. Now I am going to follow the same trick. What we have to do is you have to just write elements as 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. The last row is formulated by writing the elements in the reverse order with negative sign. So what I have to return is, I have to return it minus 2, then minus 4. Then you have to observe that here there is no coefficient associated with d2y by dt2. Means d2y by dt2 is 0 here. So the coefficient associated with d2y by dt2 is 0. So I have to write here 0 and then minus 6. This should be clear in mind. We should not get confused that you just write the constant in the reverse direction with negative sign. You just also have to observe that the order of the differential equation should be in increasing order, like y dy by dt, d2y by dt, d3y by dt, 2 and dt3 and so on. If there is no element associated with any differential equation, then we can take it as 0. So I have written it as 0 here. Now how to define input? You just have to put 0 0 0 in the first three rows, and the last element is constant, which is 5, and y is same here, 1 0 0 0 x1 x2 x3 and x4. In this way you can define a state space model of any differential equation. Now I will discuss how to develop the state space model from a signal flow graph. I have let you know in the initial of the class that the number of state variables is always equal to the number of integrators present in the system. So we can observe here that there are 1, 2 and 3 integrators. So how to start with? Just you have to take the output of the integrator as state variable. Keeping in mind that if you have defined output as x1 here of the integrator, the input to it is x1 dot, because differentiation of x1 dot, when you going to integrate it, you will get x1 only. So we will begin this. So what we have done is, I have taken 3 integrators. So I have defined the output of the integrator as the state variable. So this is equals to x1, and because this is the input to the integrator, so it is equals to x1 dot. Similarly, this is another integrator, so I have defined another state variable as x2, and the input to it is x2 dot. In the same way, this is third integrator, the output to it is x3 and input to it is x3 dot. So we have defined the state variables like this. So if you see x1 dot, you just have to observe the incoming branches coming to this node. These are the nodes of the system, and the branches which are entering to this node are called as incoming branches, and the branches which are leaving from it are known as outgoing branches. So we can observe that there are only two incoming branches. First is from input u and second is from y. This is y because gain is 1 only, so this is y only. So we can write as x1 dot as u into 4 because this is gains applied to the system. So we can define it as gain. These are the forward path and these are the reverse path. So we can define x1 dot equals to 4u and this is minus 7 into y. So we can write it as minus 7 into y. But as you know that you have to define the state space model in the form of state space variables and input. So we have to replace y with state space variables or input. So you can see that this is y here. So the incoming branches to y are this 6u. So we can write y is equals to 6u and any other branches which are coming towards it is this. You can observe that. These all are outgoing branches. So we have only focus only incoming branches. So this is 6u plus x1. So write it as 6u plus x1 and you substitute this into x1 dot. We will find that x1 dot is equals to minus 7x1 minus 38u. Now we are interested to find out second state variable first order equation, that is x2 dot. We will see the incoming branches entering to it is first is x3 into 1. So we will write it as x3. Another branch which is entering into this is 2 into u. So we will write it as plus 2u. And you can observe that this is also entering to the node of x2 dot. So we can write it as minus 5y. Again you replace y with 6u plus x1 here. You will find this x2 dot as minus 5x1 plus x3 minus 28 into u. In the same way, the third state variable equation is formed as x3 dot is equals to, we can see that there it is x3. The incoming branches to it are 7 into u. So we will write it as 7u and another branch which is entering to it is minus 3y. So I am writing it as minus 3y. Now again if I substitute y with 6u plus x1, we will write it as minus 3x1 minus 11 into u. So we can observe the state space model from the signal flow graph. Now formulating all the three equations in the matrices form, we can write as x1 dot, x2 dot and here x3 dot. Now you have to enter the elements of the input matrices and then enter the elements of output matrices. So from the equations we can write it as minus 7 0 0 minus 5 0 1 minus 3 0 0 and the input matrix is filled as minus 38 minus 28 and minus 11. And from the signal flow graph we can observe that y is equals to 6u plus x1. So we can write it as 1 0 0 0 because 6u plus x1. So we have to write it in the form of matrices. So y is equals to x1 plus 6 into u. So you can write it as, sorry, this is not plus sign, you can write here as 6u. So in this way you can develop the state space model of any signal flow graph. Now let us take another example of signal flow graph. Now let us take another example. We can see here that the number of integrators in this signal flow graph is 2. So only 2 state variables are required to define the state space model. As I already told you, the output of the integrator is defined as the state space variable. So one state variable is put as x1 here and another is x2 here. This is the output of second integrator. The input to this integrator is x2 dot and input to this integrator is x1 dot. So x1 dot can be written as, we will see the incoming branches to it. So you can observe that x1 dot is equal to, because this is equal to x2, we know that. So x2 when multiplied with 1 is x2 only. So we can write it as x2, and another branch which is entering into it is minus 1 into x1. So we can write it as minus x1. In the same way, x2 dot can be found out as x2 dot. We can see this is x2 dot. The incoming branch to it is 2u, and another branch which is entering to it is minus 1 into x1. So you can write it as minus x1. And y is, you can observe as y is 0.5 into the quantity which is appearing here. So 0.5 into, what you can write is as, these are the incoming branches. So 0.5 into, this is x2 and this is x1. So x2 plus x1 is coming here. So we can write it as 0.5 x1 plus 0.5 x2. In the matrix form, we can write it as x1 dot and x2 dot here. A matrix from this equation is minus 1, 1, and from this equation is minus 1, 0. Because it is not dependent on input, so we can write it as 0. It is dependent on input, we will write it as 2. And output equation can be written as 0.5 x1 and 0.5 x2. So we will write C matrix as 0.5, 0.5. So in this way, we can formulate the state space model from a signal flow graph. Now I am going to discuss how to represent a transfer function model into state space. Let us take the transfer function is defined in the form as shown to you. Just keep in mind one thing, that state space model is not unique. Transfer function is always unique in nature, but state space is not unique. So we can observe different state space model for a single transfer function. We can also name it as canonical. Canonical represents means variations are possible in the state space model. Different forms are available. So if the transfer function is represented in this form, what we will do is, as we know the order of the state space model is 4, means 4 space variables are needed to define a state space model. Just you have to observe the order of the denominator of the transfer function. So we can see that 4 state variables are needed to define this. So we can represent it as x1 dot, x2 dot, x3 dot and x4 dot. Similarly, we can write it as here x1, x2, x3 and x4. Then b into u, will be written here. What you have to do is you just have to write the constant associated with S in the reverse order in the last row of the state space model. And what you have to do is you just have to put 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 here, 0, 0, 0, 1 here. And in the last row, what you have to do is you just have to write these constant in the reverse order with negative sign. So what we have to do is we have to write it as minus alpha naught, minus alpha 1, minus alpha 2 and minus alpha 3. Just remember to write these constant in the reverse order with negative sign. And the input equation can be written as the constant which is applied to the numerator of the transfer function is written here, and the remaining terms are 0, 0, 0 here. Whereas the output equation for this transfer function can be defined as, we can define output equation as, I have no space, so I am writing it as x4 here. So y can be written as the constant which are there in the s terms in the numerator in the reverse order but with positive sign only. So what we have to do is we have to write it as C0, C1, C2, C3. What we have done is हमने न्यूमरेटर में जो कांस्टेंट एसोसिएटेड थे s के साथ उनको रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में लिखा है विदाउट चेंजिंग इट्स साइन. तो जो साइन है वही रखा है C0, C1, C2, C3. This is x1, x2, x3, x4 plus there is no d term here, so it is 0. This form is known as controllable canonical form. In exam, you will just find out the transfer function, and from the transfer function, you have to develop the state space model. So this technique, you will see just which form is shown to you. First, I have shown to you its controllable canonical form. Just observe if the first two rows or three rows are written like 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So it is written in the controllable canonical form. Otherwise, different forms are available to represent the state space. I will discuss the next form, which is known as observable canonical form. The same transfer function can be represented into another state space model, which is known as observable canonical form. What happens in observable canonical form is, in the observable canonical form, you will observe that the A matrix in observable canonical form is just equals to transpose of A matrix in controllable canonical form. You just have to take the transpose of the controllable canonical form. You will find the input matrix of observable canonical form. Whereas B matrix in observable canonical form is equals to transpose of C matrix in controllable canonical form. You will observe it as C0, C1, C2, C3 as input matrix of B in observable canonical form. And the output matrix C in observable canonical form is just equals to the transpose of input matrix in controllable canonical form, which is written as 0, 0, 0 beta. You just have to observe the options. From observed options, you will know whether the state space model is in observable canonical form or is in controllable canonical form. Then just you have to find out the matrices like this. In the next class, I will discuss about how to represent a transfer function in diagonal canonical form, then how to convert the transfer function from state space model, and the solution of state space equation. Thank you.